Hello there.
Hello there.
And welcome to Corellian Chinwag.
Part of the What If Qui-Gon Didn't Die podcast.
Lovely. We are nailing that intro now.
Yeah.
It's only taken us months, but we are...
43 Chinwag episodes, I think this will be when it comes out.
I mean, I don't know if it's as far as that, but yes.
No, sorry. Oh, 23.
This, I think this is Chinwag 22, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was 20 in front.
You were doubling up.
I was doubling up.
I think we've actually recorded 50 episodes, maybe just over 50 episodes in total.
That is crazy.
Which is nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe we need to slow down.
Depends. If the people only want one episode a week, then we'll slow down. But
yeah, let us know, dear listener.
Yeah. Are you happy with 2 a week? Are you even listening to 2 a week?
I think we've got quite a divided audience.
I agree.
Some people only want to listen to Monday. Some people only want to listen to Friday.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad we can cater for both.
Yeah, and this is the thing. We are just conjoining all of our friends into one lovely...
Yeah, into one little community.
That's it.
One little mob.
Yeah. What was it? I don't know much about the Star Wars stuff, but I definitely like listening to him ramble on. I can't remember who said that, but somebody's definitely shared that on a story recently, yeah. So thank you for that.
And we had some feedback as well.
We did about the cup of tea. I put that in a little reel for people to see. Very nice. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah. He's
he knows his tea.
He likes to argue about his tea. So yeah, right. So this is our little catch up episode, our little chinwag, a little chat, a little bit of smack and cheese, the peek behind the curtain. And we find out what we've been up to in the days previous, before and after the last episode and before this episode.
Yeah. Whatever's gone on, we might put the world to rights as well. We'll see. I haven't seen many soap operas recently, so...
Yeah, you might be able to tell that we've had a week and a half off.
Yeah.
But we are back.
Yeah. And obviously you listen to this 2 weeks later on. So we've actually spent a fair bit of time apart for us two anyway.
Yeah, because the previous episode for the listener, we'd only been apart for 4 days.
But in reality, we had been apart for a week and 3 days.
But now, yeah, it's about that, isn't it?
Yeah,
in between. Which is why the last episode to this, last week's episodes were 2 little shorties.
And
that's because one of us was away. And we needed to we just wanted to cram in we wanted to just get in there, get a couple of episodes recorded and saved, just to keep our bank full.
That's it, yeah. Love having the bank full. And we did the May the 4th episode that day as well.
We did, yeah. So we actually did 3 episodes, which was another reason why they were all a bit shorter.
Yeah, but people love the May the 4th one. They love the blind ranking stuff.
Yeah, which is cool. We enjoy doing the blind rankings.
Yeah,
just because it's a bit silly, it's a bit of fun. It's nice and easy going.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's easy going. Yeah, I did get told off about putting Kit Fisto at number 5.
Oh, what should have been higher?
Yeah.
Who told you off? Name him. First names only.
Alex.
Oh. Is Alex a...
He's a Fister fan.
He's a Fister fan.
He's a pure Fister.
He loves a bit of the Fister. Sorry, Alex.
No, don't be. He beat me at Warhammer again. So.
You deserve what you get.
Yeah. I would swear, but I know his daughter now listens to this.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have another fan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We don't have enough fans to lose any, so...
that's it. Yeah. Even if it does put her to sleep. Cheers for that, pal.
Yeah, very, very good. So a little catch-up. So, first of all, Shawnee.
Hello.
How has your last week and a half been?
Oh, it's been terrible without you.
I know, I've missed it dearly.
Yeah, I know. We talk every day.
We have sent video messages to each other whilst we've been away.
Yeah, but it's not been the same. I don't know what it is. It's like, I know you're in another country. I'm like that. Somehow I can't reach you. Even though, state data's across the world and we can WhatsApp wherever we want.
I mean, I really enjoyed your boggy man impression.
Oh yeah, he's got his bulletproof bits on.
I was just about to go into a supermarket and I got this video and I said, oh, That's very funny. I like that.
Just a little bit of home for you.
And then I was gonna share it with Sherry, and I thought she's not going to understand.
She's not going to get it, is she? Is she? Oh God, my week. So I need to think past the Thursday. Oh.
I know there's been a whole other weekend in between as well.
Yeah, no, I know, and another like 2 weekends. Oh my goodness me!
Well, I did see you put a couple of posts up.
Yes,
Went for a lovely little walk.
Yeah, so all right, we'll talk about that. So we went to Leap on my day off. Leap Country.
If you go to Leap
Beach.
in the past, does that mean to say you went to Leapt?
No.
Right.
Because I didn't leap into Leap. if I'd leapt into Leap Country Walk and Beach,
You can really tell that I'm a dad.
the dad jokes.
Yeah, I'll probably get some abuse for that.
You just catch me off guard with them because you're just too handsome. Anyway, went to Leap. From where we are, it's a lovely drive. It's less than an hour. It's like 55 minutes. And if the roads are clear, even quicker. You drive through the New Forest, dead hilarious. Because I was saying to Katie, you've not been to the beach in a long, long time. So we'll do that, sort of a little tick off the list. And I was like, well, you've never been to New Forest neither. But now we're driving through it. You can tick that off your bloody list as well. She had a right laugh at that. Went down there, took the dog. I didn't think the dog would behave so much because she's obviously ball mad.
Yeah.
But actually, she was so well behaved, even though it was really hot. She was in the sea. She didn't drink loads of it, like most dogs do. They like suck the sea down, trying to drink it dry. You like that? You can't drink it because you're just gonna have the runs.
And dehydrate,
Yeah. She was a bit dehydrated because we played a bit of ball with the sea, so generally seawater was going down our gullet. But the beach was actually cut off about halfway. Actually, I'm not going to say halfway, more like a quarter of the way.
Okay.
Because the tide had actually destroyed sort of the beach.
Oh, really?
And because a bit of it is a bird nature reserve, you're not allowed to sort of go in there to then walk across. They want to keep it safe.
No, that's right.
So it was all cordoned off. But that was actually quite good for us because we walked there with the dog. And then I was like, right, well, there's the entrance to the sort of green path to walk back to the car park. So I was like, what we'll do is we'll turn around after the sunny beach walk back, have some lunch, give the dog a nice big drink, and then if she's still got loads of energy and she's raring to go still, we'll do another loop. And that's what we did. We had some chips on the beach and stuff like that. Saw the postie wearing trousers on a day like that. It was like 28 degrees down there. Well, it wasn't 28. It was quite breezy when we first got there, but it definitely weren't trouser weather.
No. I mean, we're both the same. We're shorts boys.
Yeah, shorts boys. I do sometimes wear a Sunday jogger, a long leg jogger.
But that's usually when you're at home, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we're quite similar in the fact that if we're working, shorts are definitely on. Yeah. Whatever the weather, the shorts are on.
Oh, it's got to be.
And that's never changed, even though I don't do that job anymore.
Yeah, you still do it now, don't you?
I've done 2 different jobs, and my first request on both was, do you have shorts?
Or I'm going to cut some trousers up.
but then when I'm at home, quite happy putting some trousers on.
Yeah, the joggers.
I don't know why I'm happy with the trousers indoors, but actually
outside you'd rather have your legs out.
But that said, I've still got my shorts on today.
Yeah, we both got shorts on today because it is lovely today.
It's a really nice day, isn't it?
It's actually the same weather today as when I went to said Leap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just a day like this, which is
just what you want.
Just what we wanted. Lovely.
We've been desperate for this weather.
Yeah.
And I've missed it for the last week. But we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah, but you've come home at the right time, kind of.
Well, it's due for rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, any more exciting weather chat?
And in today's weather, we're moving across the northern front of Andover. Speaking of the sun, though, I'm glad it's been nice and hot. My garden's dried up a little bit.
Your face has dried up.
My face has dried up a bit. I am pink, people. And we take the dog to Gibraltar Commons sometimes and Stockbridge Commons as well, and the Downs. And because we've had a bit of flash sun, like it's all dried up a little bit. So even though it's still big welly weather, soon it'll be walking boot.
Bit boggy.
Yeah, it's still a little bit boggy, but it's not it's not as boggy. So this is good. If this could just not rain so much next week and just keep drying everything up, because yeah, that'd be lovely. Right, yeah, went to sleep. Insert, dial-up tone music. Not really that much else. I mean, yeah, I did two reels on me thing for Leap. That was just one visit. I just had some extra photos I wanted to put up.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Just load them up.
Love a bit of reels. Saw the bloke there in his waders fishing. Absolute trooper. That's the video I sent you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there he was. I mean, probably won't catch it now.
No.
But he was just stood there and he was taking it like a champ, because where he was stood, and I took a photo of this, although my camera ain't as good as yours, there's a bit in the sea, and obviously because it's looking at the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
My hands are in the air at the moment, people, because I'm drawing it in my mind's eye. You've got the Isle of Wight, and then obviously you've got Great Britannia.
Yes.
And so the channels come in like that. And the picture I've got of just the sea is where the two tidal paths are meeting.
Oh, okay.
And you could see one of them looked like it was coming towards the beach, but the other one was actually going into the other channel.
Okay.
So the tidal forces weren't both just sort of meeting and coming towards the shore. The one on what was on my right at the time was strong enough for the tides to be going into the tidal wave. It was like a straight line of different tidal waves hitting each other. Yeah. I don't know if that's a scientific thing or not. Like if I'm actually talking smack on it or not. I'm not an oceanographer, but it did look quite cool, and you could actually see the difference in the tides.
Yeah.
And he was sort of stood on the precipice of both of them, like a Aquaman god. He was just stood there with his waders and his big sea rod, just whipping it out there.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was loving life. Don't know who he was.
No.
Took a photo of him. Probably weren't allowed to. He probably didn't want his photo taken.
Well, but if he's out there just doing hero's work.
Yeah, the Avengers need to know. All right?
Not all heroes wear capes, but some wear waders.
Some wear waders in the beach, and they're not for bogs, they're for beach.
Beachy, boggy waders.
He's got his beach-proof bits on. Oh, blimey. Yeah. Oh, I lost a Warhammer game against Alex the other day. Yeah. Oh, salty. I was tired, to be fair, so fair play to him. He was good to put up with me, because there was at one point I was stressing and I was biting my lip.
Oh.
And he knows I get like that. And I'm sorry, dude, but I was tired. I've been up since 5.
Yeah.
I was like, I was having a good game now. Just, bloody hell, what the hell are you talking about? How can everything do that?
It's long,
swear word.
long days kill you, don't they?
Yeah, long days kill me. So does playing Alex at Warhammer, I think. Little nerd.
He's a bit good, isn't he?
He's a bit too good. He's what we call a beardy player.
Oh, right, yeah.
A neck beard.
Yes.
I've got a beard, but it's not on the neck. I'm not good enough for that stature yet, but no, he's just good at playing the game, and it's just, I do get salty, but it's part of our friendship. He wins at Warhammer, and then I get salty, but I still love him for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, cheers for letting me roll some dice with you. You know.
Git.
Yeah, that's the word we use. Yeah. He's going to listen to this and go, oh, yeah, you were actually a bit of a twat that night.
Yeah, you what?
He's going to comment underneath. Yeah, so lost that. Warhammer. And then I've saved, I think I've saved the 2 best things till last.
Okay, lovely. Looking forward to this then.
My car.
Oh, okay.
Dun, dun, dun. Here we go again. Sean's on about one. Do you know last year when I told you I took it to Kia?
Yes.
To have the tyre pressure sensor lights. Here we go again, everybody says, looked at. And it was so hot, because it was 30 degrees. When I got there, the sensors had all turned off.
Yes.
And they said, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. And I was like, you're lying. Anyway, in November, all the lights came back on. Reached 26 degrees the other day.
Yeah.
And after the story of me getting my new front tyre put on, driving home, and then the other 2 lights come on, and I was fuming about it because they were fine. And now suddenly having a new tyre on the right-hand side made the left-hand side sensors go doolally. Anyway, it was so hot, I think I've just burnt the sensors away because all the lights have gone off now.
Oh, happy days.
Yeah.
What a result.
What a result. I'm like that. They're probably still fucked. but the sensor lights come off, and I'm so happy. I was shouting for joy in the car. Oh, poor Katie, I was right. I was going, look, the sensor lights come off. I told you as soon as it gets hot, they'll come off. As soon as it gets cold this week, they'll be back.
Yeah. Well, no, they're going to stay off forever. Let's have some.
Let's
faith
just have
in
some
it.
fingers crossed here. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's just the fuse in the little sensor thing, which I need to look at. But yeah, that was like I was raring to message you about that, and I was like, no, I'm going to save it.
Save it for the
I'm saving it for here for the podcast because it was magnificent.
Yeah.
I think I pulled up back at me nan's outside, put my handbrake on, and I just sat there looking at the little screen with where the sensor light would be, and it's not there, and I was just
happy.
Yeah.
I can see the twinkle in your eye.
Yeah, I mean the bonnet's still buggered, but that car is slowly mending itself. It's a transformer. It knows that I need it to be fixed, alright?
Well, it's probably a Kia Optimus, isn't it?
Kia Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
It's Optimus Seed. That's what it is. Actually, better not say that. Optimus spills his seed. Anyway, yeah, that story aside, and then another one. I haven't got it on me, alright? So I might be able to get it and put it on as a little post on the Insta.
Okay.
But yesterday, we did my little fire pit, which I got from Hillier Garden Centres. Last year, it was 150 quid down to 45.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so built that yesterday with a few swear words, just because the angle of the screws, it just wasn't sitting right.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
got that built, had a little fire pit last night, lovely. There's a picture of me with my pipe in one hand, Guinness in the other, looking at the fire. It's like modern age Gandalf. Anyway, went to B&M to buy some wood and some firelighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Brought these little, I treated Katie and myself to a little Starbucks cold coffee thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't normally have them, but I just wanted something cold and ready to drink.
Yeah.
Because it was warm, and I was like, we're in B&M, you know, I know you like Starbucks, I'll get one. Anyway, then we had to go to Sainsbury's to buy today's chicken,
Yeah.
and I was reading the ingredients. Oh, the rant she recorded from me. She was in tears. Because, if I've read it wrong, there's no bloody coffee in there.
What?
It's coffee flavouring. It's just water. And I can't remember the rant, because I'm going to have to put it in there, because I'm sorry, people, it were hilarious. But the ingredients, it's like they've made this drink, and yeah, it's a little bit milky. But but only like 1.8% of the drink is water or milk. And then like there's only 2% of coffee, which isn't actually, it doesn't say like coffee grounds, it's natural flavourings of coffee.
Right.
So there's no coffee in it. And and I was reading it. So
you've got this recorded?
Katie's got the voice, she recorded it as a voice clip somewhere. And I'm hoping that she sends it to you, maybe, just insert here.
This is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to say now. I've got here in my possession the voice clip, and I'm going to play it out to you, listener.
It's not even got real coffee in it. Arabica coffee, in brackets, water, coffee extract. Why doesn't it just say coffee? 100% coffee, 2 milligrams or whatever it is, with milk. Not natural flavouring brackets contains milk. Does that mean the flavourings contain dried milk proteins, or is the milk just part of the natural flavouring? Acidity regulator. Do you want to know why that is in there? Because otherwise it would go off in 2 fucking days.
Do you want to take him back to B&M and complain?
Yeah, now I've drank it. I wouldn't have drank it if I realised. 1.8% fat milk. Alright. So there's 1.8% of this little cup of 220 millilitres is only 1.8% of it is actual milk.
Yeah, but you've already said you don't like the Starbucks drive-thru, so this is the closest we're going to get to having a Starbucks together.
We can go for Starbucks drive-thru. I'll just get a water.
But yeah, that just threw me. When I was reading that, and I was like, yeah, do you know what? Because I bought it in B&M, it was a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Because prices are reduced.
They are expensive, those things.
Exactly. You know, and I'm a little bit. I'm not thrifty, but I saw they were a bit cheaper than normal, and I was like,
budget conscious.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's a nice way to put it,
just
isn't it?
Cheapskate, because I want to buy more Warhammer. I need some shoulder pads, I tell you. And so I brought some firewood anyway. Moral of that story is, don't buy Starbucks crap.
No.
Because it ain't good. I know people like it and it's lovely and it's a nice little treat. But you know what? I could have made a cold milk coffee at home, and it would have actually had coffee in it and real milk and real water, by all accounts.
Rather than water flavoured water.
Rather than whatever protein shake they had made up there. Anyway, did the fire pit, and that was lovely. I didn't put loads of fire in there because I was already a bit tired at this point. Because I've been to work and stuff, so I was like, I don't want to be out late with the fire. So we did it about 7, and we were out there till about 8:30, 9.
Let me ask you some questions about this.
Come on then.
About your fire pit. So, is it a raised bowl?
It is. It's got three little legs. I think I've got a picture, and I'll show you.
And has it got a sort of a shelf around the outside of it?
A little shelf with a grated lid that is removable.
Yeah.
And inside it's got 2 sort of grilled
barbecue
shelves.
Top. Yeah, so you've got a really small one to catch all the ash
underneath it.
And then you've got the one that's on top so you can barbecue if you want. But right,
it's too low.
I used to have one of these fire pits, and I used to use it as a barbecue. But the reality is, everything catches fire on there. Oh yeah, that's really smart. So that's quite similar to what I used to have. Yeah, yours is a modern design, but it's really smart, and you'll enjoy just sitting around it.
Well, that's what I got it, and 150 quid down to £42.
Yeah,
absolutely. I bought my mate Adam one as well as a little housewarming gift. I was like that. It's not 150 quid, mate. I was going to buy like 6 of them and just be like that. Who wants one? But yeah, I mean, obviously that's how big the fire got. I didn't put any more wood in it.
No.
Sort of after that, but obviously where the bowl gets hot, you can sit close enough and you can feel the warmth. And anyway, it's just quite nice. But yeah, there's an extra shelving thing in there, but it doesn't sit. Obviously, it doesn't sit miles above the fire. So you've got to really sort of let the fire die and then move the bottom grate away.
Yeah.
Or push it all through the bottom grate to then put your meats on the second grate.
So here we go. I'm going to give you barbecuing tips as a vegetarian.
Go on.
I'm sure you know all this stuff already, but for any listeners out there who don't know the basics of barbecuing, do not barbecue on an open flame.
No,
it doesn't work. No. It's supposed to flame. The briquettes, the charcoal, whatever it is you're burning needs to be hot and ember. Needs to be grey.
Yeah.
Charcoal needs to burn down to grey, but it will be hot for a long time.
Yeah, if you put your hand near it, people, it might not be on fire, but it is probably still hotter, if not as hot, when you put your hand close. So please just don't pick up charcoal if it's white and it's not on natural flame. I do not want to get an email with a picture of you in hospital. But yeah, because it's the same with wood fires.
Yeah.
You need to basically get it. I mean, if you've got a pot over a flame, that's different. But if you're cooking raw meat above a flame, you need it to die down a little bit. You can't just do it on a massive roaring flame.
It's all down to temperature control. And when you're cooking food on the hob at home, you don't just turn it up to full temperature because things burn and then they don't cook in the middle. And the same applies, but to a bigger scale when you're cooking on an open flame.
Yeah, in like a bowl cooker or something like that. You never want just a massive roaring fire, because all you'll do is you'll put your sausage on there, you'll burn the skin, but the inside will be raw.
Yeah, and
because you've not had it on there long enough with the heat circulating inside and out like what your oven does, and a flame will just burn first and cook later.
Well, exactly, and by the time you get to that point, you've turned the whole thing to charcoal anyway.
Yeah. And it's too late because you've burnt most of it on the outside.
Yeah. So with your fire pit, obviously, it's still very close to your embers there, and arguably too close.
That's why I don't think I'll cook meat on there, because unless I put I need to sort of maybe make an extra shelving attachment to hold it a little bit higher. Yeah, because it's too low. It's actually in the bowl.
It probably only needs 2 or 3 inches of extra height on it.
Yeah.
For you to be able to cook in the middle.
Yeah.
So the other thing I would say, from my experience, is when you do cook stuff, the middle of the grill is actually off limits.
Yeah.
Everything has to just be on the outside.
Because the heat's going up and around the bowl anyway. Yeah.
And so you're still getting a nice cook off it. It takes time. The problem is, when you move stuff away from that, because the heat's not so direct, everything seems to take a lot longer to cook. But
it is getting cooked.
it's worth it to not have food poisoning.
Yeah, yeah.
But people talk about getting food poisoning off barbecues all the time.
Yeah, no, they do, and it's a common thing, especially in this country where we don't have them a lot.
Well,
because
and
people rush to buy stuff when it's sunny, but
it's
they've
an
never cooked a
experience, isn't
barbecue
it?
before. Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of people do it and they go, yeah, let's have barbecue, and then they stick it in the middle of the flame and go, oh, that looks done. And you cut open your little sausage or your burger and it's pink as anything. You're like, but you'd be fine. It's cooked on the outside. Can't cook it for any longer, otherwise it'd be burnt. Well, yeah.
Yeah, just please be careful, people, when handling flame.
yeah, right.
Not that I think most of our listeners aren't capable, but you know, you might have somebody who listens. Who
well, yeah,
I'm
I'm not saying this as if I believe that people don't know how to do it, but enough people don't know how to cook on a flame that actually it's a nice little reminder as we're getting into these summer months and barbecue season is upon us.
Just to be safe.
Yeah,
please.
Be
and
safe.
Don't light your fires with lighter fluid, all right? Like Katie said, can you not just pour the liquid on there and get it going? I was like, no. No, you get your little fire starter and you tuck it in the little teepee, because I'm a teepee man.
Oh, yeah.
I like putting the kindling wood over the thing in a little teepee, and then as that starts to burn down, then you put the log on.
Yes.
Because the general thing is hot enough to catch it and stuff like that.
Fire making is a real manly skill, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Me and my mate Mike, Adam, all them dudes, Alex, you know, Max, we all love doing fires.
Fire duty.
We're just arsonists.
Yeah. Oh, I went away last year with Sherry and we went up to sort of North Wales, which would have been, I think it was October last year, and they had a little wood burning stove, and there was a full list of instructions about what to do and what not to do, and then you also get like little guest book.
Yeah.
And there was so many comments in this guest book about, I couldn't get the fire going. It took me minutes. I was like, just need a bit of kindling, not all stacked together too tight. It needs to have air.
Yep, needs to have air.
And then you need to there's some firelighters there, stick those in there. Let's get that burning. And then
you can add the actual firewood on. Yeah,
I love it. And I love the smell of it.
Yeah, that's why I've still got this t-shirt on today.
Because you knew I was going to like it.
Yeah. So this is my new perfume. It's called
Eau de Smoke.
Eau de Smoke. Mixed with pungent Condor tobacco. For my pipe smoking, yeah.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
Smoky and smoky.
Smoky double. To be fair, I did wake up this morning. I was a bit like, I think I inhaled too much smoke yesterday.
Did you find that wherever you sat yesterday?
Oh, it followed me round like a sore
the smoke
arse,
always. Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
It's just attracted to you.
Yeah,
it's a simulation. You see, it's just trying to tell you that fire is bad. So it pushes the smoke into you.
It must just be to do with the airflow. The air comes in from one direction, but you're blocking the air from the other, so it can only come towards you because that's where the open space is.
That's I would say that's a good enough thing then. I mean, but we did it at the bottom of the garden, so yeah, it was sort of the wind was coming down the back fence, and then it was obviously blowing it towards us. I did have to get on my knees and give it a little kickstart towards the end. Yeah. Some of the logs hadn't quite finished burning, so I was there.
Feeling dizzy at the end of it.
I was like, oh god. But yeah, do you know what? Lovely experience.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I'm glad I finally got it out. It's been sat in the shed since last year when I brought it. And I was like, I'm going to use that next year. And I got it out. It was lovely.
I haven't used one for years now.
Mate, get one. Get one.
Yeah.
Just sit round there of an evening, glass of wine.
Exactly. It's always a glass of wine and just to chill out and maybe I'll get some vegetarian sausages and burgers on the go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because you can buy. My mate Mike's got this. He's obviously got a bowl fire pit.
Yeah,
a bit bigger than the one I showed you in my picture. A bit bigger than mine. But he's got like a tripod, which then has a chain that comes down that holds and you can raise or lower the meat then on the tripod over obviously the fire pit. Love that.
That's actually that's
so
really
cool.
Good thing to have. You need one of those. Don't bother trying to raise your grill. Just get one of those to sit over the top.
Yeah.
Make it yourself.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I can't be asked. I'll say that I'll do it on this podcast, and if I say that, then I'll have to make it at some point. And do you know what? I'll never get round to it. You know,
Yeah, let's.
we'll see. I mean, I might be able to. There's loads out there
Yeah.
that aren't expensive. So if I ever want to do a proper barbecue with it, then I will. But most of the time, like if I'm doing burgers, I'll do them under the grill anyway. Because we have dinner quite early, so there's no point me like if I'm going to feed my nan about 5, I'm not going to start the fire pit then.
No, because as we're approaching summer, it's going to be red hot at 5.
You want it later on, so cooking tea over the fire.
Yeah.
To then keep it going, like I'll burn all my wood by the time the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll put a little update on here in the actual summer.
I'm looking forward to hearing more. But yeah, I would like to get one. The problem is I'm all grass out the back there, and it burns.
Yeah, and that one specifically is quite low to the ground. The actual bowl, it has got a protective shelf underneath.
Yeah, but
the shelf still gets, because it's only like a little sheet.
Has it got a little vent underneath as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think there might be one little hole.
Yeah, because quite often they put a little hole in or a vent, so you can control the airflow coming up underneath, because that helps with the oxygen element of the fire, doesn't it?
Yeah, mine's not that great.
So they have a little tray underneath to catch the rogue ash that manages to fall through.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. If for some reason you don't understand how fires work,
now you might do.
Hopefully I've helped you out a little bit.
Anyway, come on then, let's have Jamie's holiday chat with Jamie.
Holiday chat with Jamie.
Holiday chat with Jamie. He's been away and now he's come back to regale you with his stories.
And I've got less of a tan than Shaun has.
But when you tell the people where you've been, actually, it's understandable that I am lobsterfied.
Where I've been has literally been Baltic.
Yeah, there you go.
So we've been apart for a week and a half, and that's because I was gone on holiday. Sherry has taken me away very kindly to Lithuania, and actually it's Lithuania and Latvia. We did a two-parter, 2 countries in a week.
A 2-part tour.
A 2-part tour. Yeah. We like to go and we like to explore. We like a bit of a road trip. We don't mind travelling when we get there. We stayed in 5 different places in 1 week. So if that gives anybody any idea about how much we've had to travel.
It's not been a relaxing holiday, is it?
We've had plenty of time to relax. It's been quite nice, and some people could fit more stuff in. Some people do nothing, and I think we've got quite a nice balance of seeing stuff we want to see.
Yeah.
But without killing ourselves to see it, and we will change plans as we go. We'll have an idea of what we want to do, and then we'll adjust it based on time and distance and whatever. But yeah, some days we were driving for over 6 hours.
That is a long, old drive.
Yeah. So we started in a place called... Now, before I say any of this, I just want to say my pronunciation of the words is not ideal. I mean, for example, if you want to say hello in Lithuanian, it looks like sviki.
Sviki.
Yeah, but it's not. It's svikie. It's like some little weird...
Svikie.
And so you don't even know it's there. When you look at the word, it doesn't look like it's going to sound like that, but that's how it is. So the first place we stayed in was a place called Kaunas, something like that. We stayed there. We got there late, so we didn't have the time to explore there, which was our original plan. But because our flight got delayed, we had to adjust our plans. Like I say, we can do that. We're adaptable. A couple of Bear Grylls.
Yeah. Grown adults, as it were. Adult bodies, anyway.
Well, on a little side note, I saw a little reel. I think I might have sent it to you.
Oh.
But boys don't grow old. Boys don't grow up. They just grow old.
Yeah.
So I'm not growing up. I'm just older.
Yeah.
So we went from Kaunas and then we went up to Vilnius, which is the capital of Lithuania. Had a little look around the city. I think I've discussed this in the past. Cities are not really my thing.
Yeah.
They're all right. It's nice to... I don't want to not see them. But when I do go around them, I kind of go, yeah, okay, seen that.
Nice architecture, but let's move on now.
Where's the countryside?
Yeah.
Where's the mountain? Where's the lake? Where's the waterfall? Whatever. That's what I like. So we had a little day around there, but on the way there we stopped at a couple of observation towers.
Yeah.
Which are quite nice. So Lithuania, as I've shown you, is flat.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, everywhere we went, dead flat.
It's like God got the old,
The rolling pin.
Yeah, and just went, do you know what? That bit of country there,
Yeah.
flatten him out.
Just gave, and that's why the Alps is all rocked up.
Yeah. Because he just pushed them to the side. He's like, right, you lot just go over there. Great. And we'll have all of this flat country here. Beautiful.
But this actually makes sense because I was at Silverstone years and years ago, and Silverstone is quite windy.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that it's the highest point between there and the Ural Mountains in Russia.
Mm.
But at the time, I didn't realise this. I thought that seems improbable. But that's because you've got Lithuania and Latvia in the middle of it, and they're just pan flat. It's just weird. Like you just drive along, there's nothing.
There's no gradient change or anything.
It's really, really strange how flat it is.
It's weird. I wonder what it was like. Obviously, before humans really evolved to take notice. Like, do you think it was because you can tell where glaciers have been and where they're obviously not there anymore, but the valleys are made, obviously, and stuff like that. But like, do you think literally?
I've not looked this up, but my gut feeling would be that if you were to look at a map of tectonic plates, they're not going to be anywhere near those countries.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Because quite often, like mountains and the like are formed where the tectonic plates meet and crush up.
Yeah,
don't they? So they create these landscapes based on the movement of the crust of the earth. I'm sure somebody will correct me. I'm not a scientist.
No,
geography was never my strongest point.
I do think it's something to do with the tectonic plates and sort of when they collide, or
I mean, all sorts of things do happen when the tectonic plates shift. But I would assume that because they're so flat, that means that
there's been no action.
So it must be in the middle of a plate rather than at the edges of a plate. So that's my theory at least. So we went up to Vilnius. We had a look at some observation towers on the way, which were nice. Going up reasonably high, not stupid high, all steps, no lifts. At the top there, having a good look around and seeing some cool stuff. We did see, and I've shown you already, we had some nice little drone footage.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, we took a little drone with us, and so we took it round a couple of the observation towers we saw, where the weather permitted and where it's the wind is quite a big factor. Managed to take some really, really nice pictures. Really happy with how they've turned out.
And I've seen the videos, and they are stunning.
Yeah, and these aren't not even been edited yet.
No, they're just raw footage, weren't they?
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to do something with those. That's the plan anyway, at some point in the future. So we went from Vilnius, then up to Riga. So now we're going to cross the border into Latvia. Now, I found a few little facts about Latvia. There's a couple of things. One, only 2 million people roughly live in Latvia, which I think is roughly the same size as Wales.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people live in Wales, but if you've got Cardiff and Swansea, you've got a few other cities there must be
more than 2 million.
Yeah, but when you get to North Wales, it does get quite empty quite quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But at least you've got mountains there.
Yeah.
But in Riga, which is the capital, half of the population live there.
So out of the entire country, as it were, apart from the city centre, well, the centre where the city is, you've got only 1 million people, which sounds like a lot, but as you said to me downstairs, how many live in Greater London?
Oh, it was near enough 10 million people live in Greater London, anywhere in between the M25.
Yeah, and that's one tiny spit of land on the map.
Yeah.
You can't even see London on a world map, and yet this whole country has less people in it. A
Yeah,
country
a
has
fifth
less
of the
people than one city over here.
And that's nuts, isn't it?
And it's like we said downstairs, isn't it? You know, driving along in your little car,
Yeah.
you know, you're not seeing anybody.
No,
if
you
you
don't.
broke down and you needed assistance, there would be nobody.
It was really funny. I had a conversation with Sherry about when she went to Australia,
Yeah.
and some of the roads that in your head you think those roads are just empty desert tracks and there's nobody there. And she said there was times when you're in the middle of Australia and actually there's more people there than there is around these roads in Latvia and Lithuania.
Really? Oh my goodness.
It's so bizarre that it's so quiet.
Yeah.
And the roads are generally in good condition as well. So
It's because nobody's bloody driving on them.
yeah, they're pretty well maintained. So it was nice to drive.
Mm.
Really, yeah, it was a really nice place just to get about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the sat nav instructions were a bit iffy.
Was you using your mobile device for the sat nav?
I used the cars to start with,
Yep.
and then I switched to mine. But you can. It's got this Android Auto in there, so it just
Oh, I
takes your
see.
screen and puts it on the screen in there
Yeah.
for like certain apps and whatever. So, but Maps is one of those, and it's sort of tailored specifically so that it works in the car. But even then, there's a couple of iffy directions, and
Yeah.
you know you work through it. Didn't help that you've got an iffy driver as well. And before anybody thinks I'm saying anything bad about Sherry, she didn't drive at all. It was all me. I could only blame myself.
Yeah, but you're in a new country. I'd be exactly the same. Like I would also be inwardly a bit terrified of driving in a different country.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And it's you. I mean, I've done it quite a few times now
Yeah.
because I've always just somehow been. I was a designated driver to start with, and now I just want to do it.
Yeah.
So I want to do it. It's a kind of a weird thing, but the first day you get there. So it's been a year since I've driven. Last time was Slovenia,
Yeah.
and you're driving on the incorrect side of the road,
Yes.
and the first half an hour or so, your brain's working overtime, going, we're at a junction, you need to stay on the right.
Yeah.
So you need to go to that side of the road. Like you're turning left, you need to go to the far side of the road. You're not cutting in here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that. But once you've done it,
You just flick over.
yeah, that's it. Then
Yeah.
you're back into it, and you're just away. And as time goes on, and your confidence grows with it, it just becomes second nature. It's just dead easy.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started driving across there, I went to France, and there was a time when I was on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't a busy road, and it was only because I saw a car in the distance on the same side of the road as me, and I went, I'm on the wrong side here, and then that was it.
Yeah.
And that's my only memory of ever being on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, okay.
I don't-
Well, that's
I don't-
not so bad.
Yeah, when I do it now, I'm never on the wrong side of the road,
Yeah.
but my brain's working
To try and keep you right.
to readjust. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I would recommend it to anybody because as an experience,
It's up there.
yeah, and it's a mundane experience. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not like I'm doing something really exciting. It's just it feels so different just to be doing something that is so against what you've already been taught to do.
Almost
In this-
nature.
Yeah.
In your nature to drive on the left, and then when you go over to Europe, you're fighting against it
Yeah,
to be like, oh, this feels really weird, and yeah.
yeah. We had a discussion about driving from here, taking our own car
Yeah.
to go places. And one of my arguments for not doing that is that you're in a car then that's not suited for their roads
Yes.
because you're sitting on the wrong side, and you'll want to stay on the left
Yeah.
because you're in a car that's suited to being on the left. I've done it before, and you do get used to it, but you're kind of in a blind spot as well because you can't see down the road.
Yeah. When you look round, you need to be on the other side, don't you?
Yeah, you can only see the edge of the road, but you need to see more. So I think I'd always prefer, it's possible to do it, but I think I'd always prefer to be in a car suited for the right road.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so up to Riga. Riga's a really nice place. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
nice bit of walking. There's some Art Deco houses there which are really cool, and there's statues and monuments. There's any single blokes out there, get yourself to Riga, because there's 54% women to 46% men, so you've got a good chance there.
Oh, well. Go on, boys.
Go on, boys, get out there.
Get out there.
And it's just, it was really nice. It felt really clean and just pleasant, really pleasant place to be.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of days there and really enjoyed that.
Good.
And then from there, we then drove to the coast of Lithuania again, to a place called, again, pronunciation, excuse me, Klaipėdos. No, we didn't really go there with the intention of seeing Klaipėdos itself, because it's just a small town.
Yeah.
But what it's got is it's got a ferry that takes you across to a place called, I think it was the Corellian Spit.
Right.
And it's, like I said to you before, imagine Jurassic Coast.
Yeah.
It's that little stretch of land that's away from the actual coast. It just sort of sits out by itself. Well, imagine that, but much bigger, much wider.
Yeah.
And it's got a single road that runs down the middle of it. Well, we were going to go there, and we did go there. But it was the one day of the week where there was no sun. And in fact, it was misty. So we've got some pictures, which I need to review. But it's going to have Silent Hill vibes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So,
from what you've described, yeah. Yeah.
There's sand dunes there, and the interesting thing about the sand dunes there is they're actually on top of villages. So there's old villages there, and apparently the people who used to live there years and years and years ago, they used to try and push the sand back, but over the course of time they just got bored and tired, and they gave up. The dunes moved somewhere between 0.5 and 1.5 meters a year, which doesn't sound like a lot. But that's a lot of sand to shift. Because it covers it.
It's tons.
Yeah. And how do you fight against that? So eventually they all abandoned these villages, and now those dunes exist on top of villages.
Housing almost, yeah.
You can't see the houses. But where I was walking in those dunes, I must have gone over some houses.
Yeah.
I must have gone over some of these.
Walking over.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's no different if you go to like a Roman burial site or like a Roman dig site.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's underneath there.
Yeah, but that's underneath there because it got destroyed. It's not natural reasons that something has gone over the top of it.
Some of it is just grass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you ever watched Time Team years ago, they just turn up to a field and be like, yeah, we think there's a whole Roman settlement under here. And yeah, there's a foot of brick underneath there because it has been destroyed. But they've got to dig a foot or so, sometimes more, of grass and soil and dirt just to get to the brick. So it actually has grown over the top of it.
Well, yeah. When you put it that way. God blimey, yeah. But still, walking over like full villages.
Yeah.
You know, as the crow flies, just you don't even know.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, you need that X-ray visiony thing from Jurassic Park. You know, when they shove the thing in the ground and it makes a picture of the Velociraptor. You need that, but for that village.
Yeah.
Just to, and you could be like, look, I'm actually stood over the pharmacy here.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a nuts idea.
It's cool though.
Yeah. So then from there, we then made the long drive back to Cornish. So that was Friday. We were there, and we had to get back to Cornish because we're flying back on the Saturday, which was, as we record this, yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we ended up having to walk around Cornish, which was actually a really, really nice place. Another city. It's pretty big. There's an old town there. There's some cool little sculptures. There's some nice little art places, and you know, there's quite a bit of culture there as well. And also, they do these great dessert things, which are like a puff pastry kind of wheel almost.
Oh, stop it! You were telling me about these before.
Yeah, and they've got a pistachio cream filling. I'm looking down at my hands. I'm imagining this thing, and then they did them in different toppings. I think there was a brown, a white, and a pink one.
Yeah,
I think it was pink. I had the brown one, which was chocolate. The white one was white chocolate, and then on top of that, they sprinkled some pistachios over the top as well.
I do love pistachio and chocolate together.
It was so good.
Divine.
Oh, amazing it was. So good. And later on we went and got some traditional Lithuanian food.
Yeah.
We didn't go for the cold beet soup, which is one of their staples.
Which is just madness to me, because it ain't soup. It's
No.
it's
Well,
cold.
it is soup, but it's
so cold. It's basically beetroot smoothie.
yeah, it probably is, and it probably is the same color as well. It is vibrant by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So, but we end up having potato three ways.
They do eat a lot of potato over there.
Yeah. Well, we ended up with three main meals instead of a starter and a main meal, or a couple of starters and a main meal, because of our dietary restrictions, being the old veggies that we are. The starters were definitely a bit more meaty, but the main ones were quite good, and they've replaced stuff like the mince. They did like a mince in a potato, like it was like a creamy potato mash-ish that then wraps some mince.
Yeah, like a potato Scotch egg.
Yeah,
That's what Sherry said, isn't it?
yeah,
Potato Scotch egg.
and it was so good. Texturally, it's kind of weird, but all it does is remind you of like mince and tatties from like when you're younger.
Yeah.
And it was so I was just so happy. I was just sitting there eating that.
Just like Nana used to make.
And then they do a potato waffle.
Oh.
So I think a potato pancake. I do apologise. So essentially, it's like an American style pancake, but they then grate potato into it.
Yes.
And when they fry it, it gets nice and crispy, and it's savoury.
Yeah.
But it's so good. And then
Isn't that a bit like what the Irish do? Don't they have something like that?
Possibly, yeah, a little potato cake.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Perhaps, yeah. Very simple, but filling.
Yeah.
There was a variety of toppings we could have, but I wanted the mushroom.
Oh, yeah. You're into your mushrooms at the moment.
Yeah, creamy mushroom on top of that, and it was
Mushrooms.
incorrect. I never used to like mushrooms, so I was never a fan. And I don't know what it is about them. They're just kind of a bit weird. I'm not eating raw mushrooms. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
But a nice creamy, garlicky mushroom is so good. And I think as well, if all you're doing is getting button mushrooms, those little white mushrooms, they're just the pits. They're the most boring,
Yeah.
basic mushroom you can get.
The basic bitch.
Get yourself some oysters or some, there's various different ones, shiitake ones, all sorts. I've got some in the fridge downstairs. I'll show you because they're going in the chili I'm making tonight.
Oh, nice. All right then.
Anyway,
I don't mind them in food. Don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
love them chopped up and in stuff.
Well, that's it. And they're really good for you. So,
Eat them.
I'll make this really quick because we're sort of over 50 minutes in.
Well, that's all right. It's been a long time. They can bloody sit and listen to us.
And I don't want to be preachy, so I'm not going to be preachy.
You will eat mushrooms.
I'm just going to give some information out there that is useful, and it's up to you if you want to follow it or not. I don't care. It's your choice. Variety in your food is probably more important than just eating healthy stuff.
No, you are very true with that.
So you can just eat veg and a nice cut of meat or whatever, and you'll look at it and go, that's a nice healthy meal. And it probably is. But if you have that every single day, your body lacks the various nutrients that you need.
Oh, yeah. You need to have different stuff. Yeah.
So you need to mix it up a bit. And mushrooms are full of all sorts. And the different varieties of mushrooms all count as different because they've all got their own different makeup. You can have all the different ones and you can chop them all up and you can stick them into stuff and not even realise they're there. And actually, if anything, they create almost a meaty texture to stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, there are some mushrooms, and I'll agree with you here, because I'm not really keen on them. But I went to London. I went to some cafe. This was quite a few years ago now. Anyway, we had a fry up, like an English breakfast, but they just plonked this massive mushroom,
Flat mushroom on there.
Yeah, and I didn't know what kind it was, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to eat this. I'm not really a mushroom boy. Anyway, the texture was that of like a sausage patty.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how they cooked it. They must have cooked it in the sausage fat or something to give it that taste. But even the texture, I was like, that's not mushroom texture.
No.
That ain't your normal, UK chestnuts. that you chuck in your
Yeah.
spag bowl and they get a bit rubbery. It's
The ones they stick on as breakfast are normally the worst because they're big. They're big ones,
yeah,
but there's something about them. They're either too greasy, too oily, too something
Yeah.
about them that's just kind of. They're just like a gloop in your mouth and you're like, ugh.
But
The texture's not good, but
but if they do it right,
yeah,
it was like eating a sausage patty. I can't lie to you, it weren't no mushroom. But yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and because I had a bagel for breakfast today
nice
with a bit of soft cream cheese on there.
as you do.
Yeah, and I didn't want no ham, didn't want anything else on top. So it's okay. I was like, do you want any sort of flavouring on there? And I was like, put some chili flakes on there
Go
for
on.
breakfast.
Go on.
Spicy chili flakes on cream cheese,
That'll
toasted bagels as well. So they weren't just
always
like
a
toasted bagels. And you know that after a dog walk, you're like, oh, sweetish cheese with,
Yeah.
chili flakes. Oh, go on then, love a bit of that. Yeah, so definitely agree with you there. Give people a bit of variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, but definitely. Right.
Well, I'm glad you had a nice time away. It's good to see you.
Yeah, and it is good to be back. I mean, I enjoy being away a lot.
Yeah.
But, I do have to come back every now and then. I've got
Responsibilities.
I've got people to see, and
Yeah.
podcasts to record, and yeah, so happy to be back. Happy to see your smiling face
Yeah,
as
there
well.
you go. See, there we go. Look, you know what's happening.
Literally the day after I come back from holidays. So
Yeah. So you haven't even come back yet. When are we recording podcast? Jamie, when are you back for us to record podcast?
I'm still in the airport.
What day did you say? Because I actually have forgotten.
So that's been my week really.
I'm glad you've had a nice time, mate. And we and the listeners are all glad that you are back.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You just send them a message, right, people? Glad you're back.
Alex will be like, no, he called me a git. There's no way I'm sending him a nice message.
Yeah. Well, mate, lovely to see you. All right.
Yeah, good place to wrap up and all that.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
So yeah, lovely talking to you.
And you.
Look after yourself
Be good.
and stay out of the sand.